August 23rd, 2017 in Mason, Ohio. So the aftermath of this case left me shocked, to say the least. And I also really want to know your thoughts on this one. Let's listen to the call.
Warren County 911, what's the address of the emergency?
My name is. I am in 8700 Mason, Montgomery, and my baby just died. My baby just died.
Okay, where are you at?
I am 8700 Mason, Montgomery. My baby just died. My baby just died.
Okay, what's your phone number in case we get disconnected?
My baby just died.
Okay, stay on the line.
My baby just died. My baby just died. My baby just
Okay,
died.
ma'am.
My baby just died. Yes. Yes.
If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
What?
Is there a defibrillator available?
A what?
Never mind. I need to know about how old he or she is.
1 year old. 14 months.
Okay. Okay, listen carefully. Lay him flat on his back on the floor. Remove any pillows. All right.
No, she died. I left her on the car. She's dead.
Okay. We're going to try to get CPR started, okay? All right, let's try to get her on the ground. Okay? Ma'am, you still there? Hello?
Sophia.
Ma'am?
Yeah. She's dead. She's dead.
Okay, okay. Where are you, ma'am? Like, where in the parking lot are you?
I am in the entrance, like next to the main lobby.
You said you're talking about the entrance off of Mason Montgomery?
Yeah, in 8700.
Okay. Okay. So are you right by that main entrance there?
Yeah, you have to go entry. I am in the floor. Yeah.
Okay. How far back are you from that entrance?
You have to keep going in.
Okay.
In front.
Do you know what lot you're in?
I am in the main. You have to go in. Just keep in front. Once you enter, just keep going in.
Okay.
Go to the end. Somewhere.
Okay.
Child's not breathing. She's saying she's dead. Steady.
Hold on. Ma'am, how are you by that little roundabout in the front?
There's a blue car.
Okay.
Having a blue car.
All right. Is there any way you can turn your hazard lights on?
I can use the light.
Okay, ma'am. Did you get her on the ground?
Yeah, I put her on the ground.
Okay. All right. Did you check her mouth for food or vomit? Okay, I'm going to tell you how to give her mouth to mouth, all right? Place your hand on her forehead and your other hand under her neck.
No, she's dead.
Hold on 1 second, ma'am.
Said to go straight back. She doesn't know which lot she's in.
I'm trying to give her... I'm sorry? Are you on the construction side, ma'am?
No.
She said no. She's not by the construction side.
All right, she said you got... Okay. She said to come in through here, the main entrance, and then keep going straight back I don't know where in the lot she is. Yeah, and she's in a blue car. Yeah, I'm trying to start CPR. Okay. Alright, place your hand on her forehead and your other hand under her neck. Then carefully tilt the head back, okay? Okay. Pinch her nose closed and completely cover her mouth with your mouth. Then blow 2 regular breaths into her lungs, okay? About 1 second each. Just enough to make the chest rise with each breath. Ma'am, are you listening? Ma'am. Ma'am, I think I can hear him in the back.
What car were they in? This one? All right. Have I got any?
Okay, let me first explain to you how this happened. This is Karen Osorio Martinez, a 35-year-old senior scientist at P&G. She's been at P&G since 2010 and holds a PhD in development and genetics from Cornell University. She graduated from the University of Puerto Rico in 2004 with a degree in biology. And on the morning of August 23rd, Karen let her daughter Sophia, their only child, sleep in for a bit till about 7 a.m. since her 7:30 a.m. meeting had been canceled. When it was time to go to work, she gave Sophia her bottle of milk and placed her in the back seat. Karen was then supposed to make the 5-minute drive through Mason's quiet suburban streets to the daycare center. But instead of driving to the daycare center, she drove straight to work. And while she's at work, Karen used an app on her phone to check on Sophia at the daycare. There were no recent posts or photos, but she didn't think anything of it. So 9.5 hours go by. Karen then checks the app again and noticed that her husband, Enrique Aviero, who also works as a scientist at P&G in a different location, hadn't picked up Sophia yet. So then she called them to see what was going on. Enrique then calls back Karen and said that Sophia was never checked in. Karen then said, someone stole our baby, and if they didn't steal her, then she should be in the car. And that's when she made the sprint all the way to the parking lot, only to realize that she never took Sophia to the daycare center. By the time paramedics arrived to aid Sophia, she was already deceased. And preliminary findings of the autopsy, completed by Dr. Russell Upgrove from the Warren County Coroner's Office, were consistent with a heat-related death. So, my question to you is, watching right now, do you think Karen should face any charges? And if the answer is yes, then you're gonna be extremely disappointed because no charges were filed whatsoever. In fact, it didn't even make it to a jury. Prosecutor David Fornshell said that he considered charges of involuntary manslaughter and child endangering. In the end, he chose not to present the case to a grand jury, also adding that it was a mistake. I also found this research paper by Professor David Diamond, a neuroscientist at the University of South Florida, and it's about cognitive and neurobiological perspectives on why parents lose awareness of children in cars. And this is what it says.
Cognitive and neurobiological perspectives. When I began studying forgotten children in cars in 2004, over 100 children had already died after being left in hot cars. Since that time, over 200 more children have died or suffered brain damage from heat stroke after being forgotten in hot cars. As a behavioral neuroscientist, I have studied this phenomenon from neurobiological and cognitive perspectives. The hypotheses and conclusions I have developed are based on my interviews with parents, reading of police reports, media reports, and my service as an expert witness in civil and criminal cases. I have developed a hypothesis to explain how this phenomenon occurs. Children forgotten in cars results from A. The driver loses awareness of the presence of the child in the car. 2. The driver exhibits a failure of the brain's perspective memory system. 3. Intervening events during the drive, including stressors and strong distractions, may contribute to the cause of the failure of prospective memory, competition between habit and prospective memory systems. Based on my research into these cases and my expertise in the study of the brain and memory, I have concluded that all of these cases all involve the failure of the brain's prospective memory system. Psychologists define prospective memory by its 3 features. 1. The person has an intention to perform an action at a later time when circumstances permit. 2. There is a delay between forming and executing the intention, a delay which typically is filled with activities not directly related to the intended action. And 3. There is typically an absence of an explicit prompt indicating that it is time to retrieve the intention from memory. The individual must remember to remember. In the current context, prospective memory refers to the plan to transport a child to a location, typically daycare or to return home, which can occur during the course of a multi- or single-stop drive, or to retrieve a child from the car at the termination of a drive.
Okay, with the information that you just heard from Professor David Diamond and the choice of David Fonchelle not wanting to bring this to a jury, what are your thoughts? Because I'm really extremely curious. Shouldn't Karen face some sort of charge at least? Yeah, I just don't know how you forget that you have a baby in your vehicle. And like you just heard from the professor, it happens to everyone and anyone, no matter how intelligent and smart you are. So, yeah, it's extremely unfortunate that little baby shouldn't have, passed away. It left me here. Here's a word that I haven't used in so long: perplexed. Perplexed and extremely sad too, because of the aftermath here. So, yeah, give me your thoughts.